Hi, this is Brandon Smalley from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the reverse prowler push. This is a great exercise to blow your quads up, improve knee health, get that patellar tendonitis out of there, and even build some good quality conditioning. What you're going to want is a prowler or some kind of sled, and I've got a band here as well to make this a little bit easier. Now, some sleds come with an apparatus that go on the poles, or like a drive sled to where you can actually just lean back into it. We don't have one of those for ours, so what we found to work around is just taking a really thick, heavy band. What you're going to do is put it on one part of the pole, come around, make sure you give it a good tug, come back around to the pole, and then you're just going to loop that to the other side, and now we've essentially got a good quality back support, okay? Then you can put your load here or here. I would say put it kind of evenly. You don't want to put it too much in the front or none in the back if you got like 400 pounds in there or something. Make sure it's just so that it doesn't actually tip up as your athlete go to push, okay? Then what we're gonna do to get in position, I'm gonna get down in a quarter squat based stance. I'm gonna make sure that band is in my mid back area. My hands can be on the poles, or I can actually put them behind, whatever is comfortable for you. Again, I'm gonna be in that quarter squat position. I don't wanna be way down here, okay? I wanna actually kind of be up in a semi-athletic stance, essentially around a little bit above 90 degrees, probably about 100, 110 degrees. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my feet, pretend like I'm doing a leg extension, and push that prowler backwards. And then when it comes to turn it around, just turn it around, do the same thing, quarter squat, good quality steps, digging deep, really trying to feel my quads as I do that. Now, what you'll find is most athletes are really going to first try to really lean back hard, stand up straight, so they're not getting a big range of motion. And the reason I talked about not being a super deep squat is we don't want to have them way down here, because it's going to be really hard to move my foot back. Okay, I got no place to put my foot to push, but if I'm up a little bit higher, my feet are out in front of me, I can actually bring my foot back and not run into the prowler, okay? So overall, pretty simple to get. Being that this is a sled-based activity, some huge benefits are that it's a concentric only. So yeah, your quads are gonna feel on fire in the moment while you're doing it, but the next day, your legs should not be super sore and beat up from something like this. They're probably gonna feel fine. I've also found that athletes that got a lot of patellar tendonitis, knees are bothering them, a lot of times they're just not training their quads very much, at least not in terms of giving them enough volume, and that's going to get a lot of blood flow going. That's going to help the tendons feel better, but then we can also get that actual foot behind us, as we mentioned, as we go to extend, and that's going to be able to help our athletes anytime they need to go to break. They're actually going to be able to let their knees come over their toes in a safe manner and not watch their knees blow out, right? Then from a conditioning perspective, it's a good way to really get your heart rate up. Prowler is super versatile, as we all know, so you can push it down and then reverse push it back, and you can really make a great conditioning circuit out of this and really just get your heart rate taxed, get a good quality sweat in, get your legs on fire, and get in and get out with something quick from a Metcon standpoint. So very awesome activity, super easy to do. When we program this, if we're doing this for quad-based work for our athletes, what we'll usually do is just do the whole length of our turf, which is usually 25 yards. If we really want to emphasize the heaviness or the weight of it, we'll have them do it for like 12 to 15 yards. From a conditioning perspective, as I kind of mentioned, my go-to is to push it down, reverse push it back, or reverse push it down and push it back, depending on what you want. What I will say is that for most people, pushing it backwards is tremendously harder than pushing it forwards. So just keep that in mind, that it's probably going to be your limiting factor of this exercise in terms of the load. But then work with your set and rep schemes and your rest intervals depending upon what you're after from a conditioning perspective. And then you can also pair it with other things, you know, ball slams, rower, skier, things like that. That's totally fine. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Thanks. Have a great day.